Alright guys, and welcome back here once again to the Hillside. And do not adjust your screens. This celery is pink. Okay, why is it pink? Well, this actually is a rare Chinese pink celery. I got these seeds from Baker Creek, awesome company. And this is actually an heirloom in China. It's northern China. It's a delicacy. They use it in a lot of the high-end restaurants and everything. And I'm going to show you how you can grow your own Chinese pink celery today. So tune in and let's go ahead and do this. All right. Okay, so the first thing you need to do when planting your celery is you're not going to be burying the seeds deeply, okay? So what I've done is I've taken this little seed starting tray right here. This is some pre-moistened seed starting mixture, okay? I'm trying to take any of the big kind of pieces of wood or anything on top of the soil off, which is not really the end of the world. Just try to get as many of the bigger chunks as you can. You want to kind of firm the soil in. You're not squeezing or pressing it down. You're just making a nice firm seed planting area for your celery. So this works for not only this pink celery, but both or any kind of celery variety. So it's going to be the same thing. Now, when you plant your celery, you're going to surface sow them. Now, what does that mean? Well, quite literally, it means you sow them onto the surface of the soil, okay? So on your pre-moistened soil, and this is impossible. I mean, look how small these seeds are, right? You're never going to be able to take each individual seed and kind of put them in rows or space them out evenly. So always just kind of lightly sprinkle them on top of the surface. And you're going to end up with more seeds and more plants than you intended, and that's fine. You can always prick them out and just kind of thin to the amount that you want to actually plant out in the garden, or more importantly, give them away. Let other people try the pink celery for themselves. Now, if you can kind of see the seeds just on the surface of the soil, now what you want to do with this is you're just going to go back through with your finger and you're just going to kind of firm it in. That way that the seeds are making good contact with the nice moist soil as such, going on both sides. Go ahead and kind of go quickly for you guys. And there you go. So all I would do at this point is I'm going to put a nice dome on this because the celery does need to stay pretty moist. You don't want it drying out, and this prevents it from drying out and requiring you to water it a lot. Okay, so note on watering, once the celery, it's going to take probably 2 weeks maybe to even start sprouting. It does take a long time, so have patience. Keep this in a nice sunny area, not in full blasted sun, but you know, inside a nice sunny windowsill or on a seed starting tray under some lights if you're growing them indoors is just fine as well. But make sure when you do water this, you don't want to just get a watering cup and just splash it on top, because like we said, the seeds are on top. They're going to splash around and move around, and they're not going to be anywhere even as you sowed them before. So what you need to do is just very, very, very gently water them in. Or if you have something other than this seed tray has no drain on it, but if you have a seed tray that does have drainage holes in the bottom, you could put this on top of a dish of some kind and actually bottom water it so the water is soaked up through the bottom, which is actually better for the celery anyhow. So let me show you a little bit more about this plant over here, and we'll wrap the seed starting video up. Okay, so the celery is kind of leaning this way because the grow lights were facing that way. So anyways, just look how nice and pink this celery is. These nice fine roots on it. Now, celery is a marsh plant, as in it grows on the edge of a bog or really wet areas. So you need to keep celery moist. Okay, celery, if you've grown it at home before and it gets pithy or stringy or really bitter, that's because it's either gotten way too hot, which celery doesn't like extreme heat, and it also doesn't like being dried out, okay? It will forgive you if it gets a little bit warm, but it will not forgive you if it dries out. So this container here is just an old recycled, I think, salad container or something like that. No drainage holes in the bottom. I've kept this moist, but not so saturated, if that makes sense. And the celery is growing fantastically. I mean, here in probably a week or two, I'll be able to start pulling these out individually and plant them into the garden once all frost has passed for your area, as celery just can't be frozen, cannot stand the frost. And we're supposed to get another, yes, another polar vortex this weekend to the East Coast. So what are you going to do? It's springtime and weather is unpredictable. All right, so hope that wraps it up for this video here. Hope you guys did learn something about growing some celery at home all by yourself. It's not difficult. Just be patient. Make sure it stays moist, and you'll be rewarded with your own celery in no time at all. Alright guys, so thanks for checking this video out here from the Hillside. Hope to see you guys again next time. Until then, please click the like button if you did like this, and I'll be out here gardening, so you come find me. Alright then, bye-bye.